What's going on, my buddy? What's going on there?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That was a pretty good tune.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, Brad and Steve kind of became friends of mine on Facebook, and they've got a bunch of music on that they put up on Reverb Nation a few years back, and that was one of the tunes. It's called "The Bitch," and I thought it was kind of a cool tune. Brad is kind of like a cross between Mark Knopfler and Chet Atkins. He has that whole picking thing down, that finger picking thing, with the guitar and the fingers on the right hand and the left hand. Yeah,
I could hear that.
Cool tune. It reminded me of early Dire Straits when I first heard it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty cool. They do a thing now called Big Block. The project originally, I'll just say what they do. So they record on a mobile track, a 16 track, and a Roland VS 24-160 24 track. That's at their base, and then Brad and Steve are like sort of the core members, and with their buddy George, and then they had some guest players on there as well, and they've technically been with me for quite some time actually, and we've in some ways purposely not published the music because I like to play it every once in a while and not have the copyright cops on Facebook mess me up. They're those Facebook cops are constantly, messing things up for me. I got a new one to show you.
We have to migrate to a new platform because it's this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is that when I have the the copyright permissions and all the right stuff to be able to share this stuff on social media, then it's it's kind of crazy that Facebook, and this was they muted this show that I did back in April. Like, this isn't new, right? This is something that they decided all of a sudden that, we found a copyright match here, but what I gotta post this for you and show you, because this is the part that really drives me bonkers when I look at this stuff. I gotta find it here. Yeah, like really bonkers. Here it is. I'm gonna pop it up here on the screen, and then I'm gonna share this with you. This is the part that absolutely drives me wacko about Facebook. So they let people, play all kinds of cover tunes and all that stuff that's licensed, and even play the stuff, but they don't copyright it. I don't understand it. They don't copyright ban it or anything like that, but then they do this to me. So here it is right here. It says, if you can read that on the screen, it says, the following actions were applied to your video because it may contain, not that it does. They say it may contain 28 minutes and 13 seconds of audio they own, but it doesn't tell me who might own it. It just says the following actions were applied. So some of your audio was muted. And that's it. I have no choice, no recourse. I can't even protest it and can't even appeal the decision made by Facebook. Now, that's the part that I find most ridiculous about the way Facebook manages these things. Right? It's absolutely stupid how they do that.
You have no recourse. You have no recourse over that.
No recourse at all. Nothing. No way I can. I can. I can't appeal the decision, and I'm like, well, why can't I just appeal it? But they don't. They apparently don't want you to appeal anything. It's kind of like everything else on the internet these days.
Everything, and there's probably hardly any human interaction with that decision at all.
I'm guessing not. They use a thing called Music Match. I that much I know. It's a thing called Music Match, and if it matches your music to something that's published on the internet, then they look at, but I'm the publisher for all this stuff, which is the other part that's asinine of it. Now, YouTube gets it right.
Yeah.
Twitch
do
gets
they?
it right. Yeah, and Twitter gets it right. None of my stuff on those other places gets muted except Facebook. It's only, idiots that do that. I'm really thinking about migrating the
I'll be
show to
darned.
my website, broadcasting right off my website.
Right. Eventually that's what you got to do, because the whole Facebook thing. I just went through them about an imposter on Facebook, and make a decision, a different type of situation they were talking about than what I was. I said, well, fuck it, I get.
Oh, I'll show you. You want to see another one? This is a good one here. So today I got some guy who's sending me these messages. These are people who never message me. I don't even know if this is a real profile or not, right? Because Facebook doesn't even check people to see if they're real, when they do this shit, right? So here's another one. This is another one that I fucking absolutely love. Here, look at this. This is so crazy. All right. Hello, how are you doing? I put, okay, I'm doing pretty well. Saw your Facebook name on FJP list. Have you heard from them? It's about Facebook Jackpot. You ever heard of this?
No.
Cricket. I get crickets. Yeah. And so it goes, Facebook Jackpot promotion is giving randomly selected jackpot winners to take care of kids, buy houses, pay rents, and maintain the standard of living. Have you heard from them? I put nope. This is really working out for good. I'm so happy. I just got $20,000 from them, and I saw your name on the list. Are you sure you haven't heard from them? And I post back to this idiot. How do you guys hack people's messenger and get away with it? And then I get crickets. Nothing after that. That's the part that just made me freaking laugh. I thought, this is freaking hilarious. This idiot, as soon as I call him out on his shit, he disappears. He ghosts me. And he's gone as quick as and he's using somebody else's profile, and he's using someone else's messenger.
Yeah.
And hacking it. It's just absolutely, crap. Anyways, getting on to, we were talking about our guys, Steve and Brad, really, really talented musicians. There's a bunch of other tunes I'm probably going to feature of theirs on here, because I don't get dinged on that. And there's, some of the stuff that we're going to be exclusively publishing on the website will be featuring on the show. So I really encouraging people to send me, and here's another thing I like, if people want to send us videos, can send it to Ken and Bob Show at gmail.com, right?
Right.
And
where are we on YouTube?
Where are we on YouTube?
Where are we on YouTube?
The Indie Tunes. We're on the Indie Tunes channel on YouTube.
Maybe we should just start direct there. Post it on Facebook, but send people there. Not even do Facebook.
Yeah, they could watch us right on YouTube. It's pretty easy.
Don's in the house and Kyle's in the house and watches the program.
Hey guys, how's it going, man? Hey, Don. Don is there, and Bob is there. Kyle's there. Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, we're thinking about finding a different platform to broadcast from. Maybe YouTube might be the answer for that one, that particular one.
Can I break in here and do my eyebrows? Look at that.
Ooh, did you get those
sexy
waxed?
ass.
Are those waxed?
There.
Did you get those puppies waxed or what?
When I got my hair cut, the stylist looked, well, do you want me to do your ear hairs too? My ear hairs. Do you want me to do your eyebrows too? Yeah. This long list of on WCR called the Ike Carumba Show on Tuesday nights. It's an unusual character, and it's a great show. But tight with the people at Jasper Guitars, Green Bay, Wisconsin, and we were fortunate enough to get a tour from the owner Saturday, I think it was. And
very cool.
What an amazing experience is above the rest. They are an amazing, almost a boutique guitar, and they do everything in-house. And it's just this this screenshot here, Chrome tag.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
So this is some of the models that they build.
Oh, wow.
And like I said, they do everything in-house. The thing that makes theirs different is that on the plate, they even got one without any pickups on it. I don't know if they're not. Or this one right here, the Elmore pickup is underneath the bridge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's, so it sounds like we were talking about earlier. It sounds would be playing. Anyway, on the back plate of this guitar is a special cavity that holds, of course, all the electronics and stuff. But this back plate is built out of carbon fiber, and it resonates with the guitar. And you can have tension on the back plate with that nut in the middle right here. So if you want more sustain, less sustain, if you want a little heavier tone, you can adjust it with that. And these guitars, you can almost see like there's vents have built around the jack plate on the sides. You can't really see it well here, but an amazing process that they have, and they're just beautiful guitars. They're cheap. They aren't cheap.
Yeah, those are like custom shop guitars then.
Oh, yeah, and they sound so good. They sound like anything you want, but it's just Jasper Guitar. Check them out on the web if you get a chance, or on Facebook. Nice and nice people.
You're gonna post the it in the chat, right? You're gonna post the link in the chat.
The link-a-dink?
Post that. Yeah, put the link-a-dink in the chat. Then people can find it there if they want.
All right, I'll do that.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. I don't see. I mean, it could be the internet. Remember, we were saying it was hiccupy before. Your internet's like 9 out of 10, and I don't know. Let's go to the new. Let's go here. So this is what we're going to talk about tonight. Some of what we're going to talk about tonight, anyways. So this one here, you had this one posted earlier. This digital music news. This was posted July 5th about Spotify and FC Barcelona partnership. It officially began July 1st. So tell us a little bit about that, Bob, and fill us into what's going on there.
Yeah, Spotify announced a couple of years ago. In fact, I think it was toward the end of February. They announced that they had entered a partnership with the Barcelona Soccer Club, and they spent $300 name their stadium, whatever they name it, Spotify Stadium, and they're putting their branding on the kits and all that stuff. But it's just, once again, spending money that I think could go to the artists that are on their platform. I'm just silly that way, but $300 million plus all of the other money that they've spent on podcasting centers and all this stuff. It's crazy the amount of money through, and they pay so little. It's ironic, and it's just
all you artists on there that put your music up on Spotify, you just paid for that stadium. So here's my question. Spotify is making, they can just take $300 million like that and put it on put it on there, right? And and spend money that they're actually making on off artist music, and they're spending on this stadium. So like, why don't the artist at least own a piece of that stadium? or like you said, invest that $300 million and pay the interest off to the artists.
Yeah, I mean, if you put that in a market, it's right around 6% right now. It would $300 million. Are you kidding me? Wow.
That's right. They could pay out exponentially more money to artists on a monthly basis just off the interest on that money.
Yeah. And
but if they
got never end, because saying
if they got $300 million,
if they take $1 million,
sure they got more than that.
Yeah, if they took that money and just paid down and paid more, it would eventually run out. But a market fund, it would always be there amounts.
Yeah, so I think that money could be better invested, and I think it's just another way that Spotify is ripping off artists. I mean, talk about getting bent over, right?
Right, and then the
I don't know.
The CEO Daniel Ek says that, well, songwriters need to be writing songs that are more public or something like that. Saying like fuck you, man.
This is an asshole that's never written music and never produced music, doesn't even have a clue what it's all about, but he's a multi-billionaire off everybody else's music. I don't know. Yeah, I agree that, buddy. I checked your mic meter. It looks good.
Set up when I was doing my show the other night. Because once in a while my software, the mic audio freezes up and it doesn't come through over the broadcast. The way you can tell is by checking the mic meter, and I forget to look at it, so I had to put that up right in front of my face so I'd keep checking the mic meter. I'm stupid that way.
This week we were going to talk about
having sex with donkeys.
Well, you might want to do that. I'm not into that, but you could do that.
Don says they have an interview on 107 FM. Nice.
That's in New Zealand. That's in New Zealand. So here's one that So we're going to talk about some new music this week. You do a thing on every Monday. You post something every Monday, right? Which is your new ads of the week. Is that correct? That's correct. New ads of the week.
All the submissions that I week, and then Monday's upload package goes into station. But there's so much more, because when you get a song put in station, it also gets featured on Fresh Rocks on a playlist on Fresh Rocks, and also we'll pick some of those out there and play them on the live show. The artist request any one of those songs at any time.
So of these songs, so I'm counting here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 18 songs there. How many 17. submissions do you go through to get that list of 17 songs?
I had 105 last week.
Wow. And you got to go through every one of them. You're checking meta tagging and everything on them, right?
Well, I'm just checking to see if they map, first of all.
Right. You're saying you're all saying.
Go ahead.
You were saying that you guys play 192 kilobits, right? Is that the preferred rendering rate?
That's I mean, we go up to 320, but the more room it takes up on the server.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm rendering everything at 192 right now, and when I listen to it, even on reference headphones, I can't really detect a huge difference. I mean, there's a little bit of some of the highs get lost a little bit, but not enough that people are going to notice that on a regular basis. 192 seems to be a really good place to be for rendering.
It's a good compromise. That second band there. See that second band, Bedtrack?
Bedtrack, show me. Yeah, what about it? Tell me.
They are a band that I found. I joined a Reddit group called Indie, and I just scroll through there once a week and picked up 2 bands off of that Reddit thing, and they were
very cool.
Their stuff played on the radio.
I belong to Reddit too. I should actually join that group because I probably a lot of them don't even know there that we're offering this publishing deal now on our website. So,
right.
That's changed. Yeah. That's been a game changer as far as I'm concerned. Being able to publish it on there, because now when people, want to look just for independent music, they go to our website and that's all they're going to find.
Right.
So do you ever decide, like, when you're going to do these like 17 tracks, do you ever decide like, oh, this is going to be like, this is a really good track? Do you ever pick one out that's like really stands out amongst the rest?
I try, that's set, but wide swipe of the brush. I go anywhere from America, so and I'm always on the lookout for that one song that really show off your feet. I think the last one like that was probably, oh man, I'm trying to think of the last one I really loved. But yeah, I look for those songs that are just
right. So I'm gonna just call out these songs really quick. I like some of the names of the bands: Anatomy Class, Expo 88, Bedtrack, Show Me, Craving, Strange, Always a No. I like that one. Dead Star Talk, Do It Now Somehow, Deadlock, Deadweight, Glass Violet, A View from the Veil, Gob Patrol, Supposed to Do, Here Lies West, Never Fall, J.W. Paris, Runaway, Lunar Plexus. That's a cool name.
Yeah,
Start All Over Again. And there's one from Ontario, What It Takes. I live in Ontario. That's pretty cool. Outlander, Steal My Guitar, Palps, In My Head, Sinker, Why Don't You Keep Your Thoughts to Yourself, Velvet Starlings, H.G. Wells. That's kind of cool. I bet you that's got is that kind of like a futuristic sounding or what?
Yeah, it is. And actually that's a solo project. That's one guy.
Oh, very cool. Winterburn, Sinner's Swing, and Zach call it
the Locust.
Zach the Locust. Okay, Zach the Locust. Lazy Days. Very cool. So those are your ads for the
week.
You
know what's and
go ahead.
The thing about band names, some band and make you listen to them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Guys are a joke, but you got to listen to it anyway. But yeah, band names I think are really.
Yeah, I think band names they definitely say something about the artist. I'm just gonna try and get that. I might get that off the screen now. Jesus, come on, there we go. So that was your ads for this week. We're there's some other radio that that I always like to put in plug for, because they're always really great. Like you, to find artists and feature them on their shows. Here is, what's this one? Okay, this is from our buddy Isaac Banks at Banks Radio Australia. Have you ever met Isaac?
I have not.
He's an older, cool Aussie dude. He's from Australia, and they have a bunch of different stuff going on over there. And like you, they run a bunch of different shows. This is Banks Music Promotion. So he does promotion as well as Banks Radio Australia, Sweet Sunday Sounds, and Valley FM 89.5. This is Australia. This is their August the 5th playlist. And here's some. This is his top 10 of the day here. Felony Case, Midnight Runner, Inward Strange, Silent Minds, Heartache, Mystic Den, Corrosive Nails, Blasphemer, Dismal Niche Orchestra, Heatwave, Harper Nicole Anderson, Almost Acoustic Live, One Woman Band, Red Dirt Country Road, Lahiru Escampa. Oh boy, I can't even pronounce that. You want to try that one? Bicla Bichaleta Natke. I don't even want to try it. Ignite the Fire, Not Alone, Duncan Toombs Music, Run, and Paul John Jeffrey, The Imposter. The cool thing about all these other places is that they get submissions from probably a lot of different artists than even those that submit to you or those that run in the same circles with Code Zero Radio, which is kind of cool, right?
Yeah,
and
noticing that a lot lately. It's good that internet stations starting to play the same artist. I think that's really important.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And you might recognize some of the names of some of the artists as well. A lot of it happens. I don't know how strategic a lot of artists are. I'm very strategic about the way that I push out music to internet radio. In that, you sort of set up a model for me in a way, Bob, that I look for in other radio shows and radio hosts and radio stations, in that they not only play the songs on shows, but they put them on their servers and they get 24/7 play.
24.
Yeah, that's cool, man. 24/7 play is awesome. Here's another one. This is from our friend Wayne Benson. Wayne is WBRR Radio 107 Rock. These guys are in Orlando, Florida. And theirs tends to be more heavy rock to metal. And you might recognize some of those names. You got Filth, Love the Hate, Breathing Theory, Carbon Stone, Mick Blankenship, Above Snakes, Dusty Grant, Signal to Noise, Envision, Saliva, there you go, Dear Frida, Lines of Loyalty, Tattered Sons, Nocturium, Awaken the Giant, Sleep Signals, The Dev, Cold Words, Awake at Last, Young Other, Etched in Embers Music, Dancing with Ghosts, Sixth Century, Vex the Lone Wolf, and Beautiful Skeletons. Again, the cool thing about this is that if I was to put that on weeks where I actually do submissions to radio, so Wayne and Isaac and yourself are different radios, stations, networks, hosts that I send music to, because I know you guys play really, really great music on your stations, and you get, you've worked hard to get a good listening audience. So that's something
to build up, but people are getting the idea.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing about it is that, it used to be internet radio. You could go on there and you go on and you look at, now I don't know if they all, does your software track it? Some used to track how many listeners you have online.
Oh yeah, they all do that. Available to the people that run stations.
Right. I know, in the past, this is years ago that I talked about internet radio, and some people, I'd say, well, we submit to internet radio, and they'd laugh. They go, well, yeah, but some of those guys only have 1 or 2 listeners. And I said, well, that's how some of them start out, because they start out from scratch. I mean, they literally start from scratch. They're getting no promo. They're getting no promo but their own. And you've all worked really, really hard to develop a good internet presence.
Yeah, it's not like FM. FM is a little different, and internet radio there, because anybody can start an internet radio station, and people give up after a couple of years. So there's a lot more noise that you gotta deal with.
Right. And so when you think about where things were when you started, you had some pretty humble beginnings when you started your radio station. You weren't doing any remote stuff even then, were you?
No, there's many nights actually literally talking to myself. There's a lot of nights like that, but that's okay because I get it, and I don't do this because anything like that. I just do it because I love what I hear, and I believe that what I'm hearing needs to be heard by other people. So I'll explain it.
Yeah, and I know that I know that's like
High and
you got a nice
tight,
flat top
baby.
going on there, buddy. That's very
Tight.
you're looking like a Marine there with that cut, dude. You look like you're ready to go in the military. Don posts this as well. This is another radio station at Lonely Oak Radio. I don't know if you've ever heard of them at all. Those guys are in Southern California. I don't know. One of the beach towns, anyways, in Southern California is where they're located.
Yeah,
Same
but they
deal
don't
with
have
them.
any live shows. They don't have any live shows. Play a rolling playlist.
They do a rolling play, but they're playing music all the time on the station, and every time they play your music, you get a tweet on Twitter when they're playing your music, which is kind of cool.
That, but just rolling through a playlist. I think you got to have some human with radio. That's what radio is all.
I agree with you. I think that that is definitely a cool thing to have shows. Radio shows are one way to get your music showcased, and also I know that when you do your live shows, you guys do a bit of you're always looking for a bio on the band as well when you're doing the show, right?
Oh, absolutely. I love talking about bands. I love bands with good stories behind them. I think that just connects people when you can make there, and if they have a really unique story.
Yeah, and some of the, like I said, some of the reason why I submit to some of the radio stations like yours, for example, there's songs that you've had on your server for quite some time that have been playing for months, right?
Oh yeah.
I know one of the other radio stations that we submit to, there's stuff that they're playing that I submitted to them like 5 years ago. They've kept it around, and because obviously they liked it, it makes part of their playlist. Some radios that's what they do. That's their thing, is just running playlists and then doing social media tweets and bits and bobs
Right.
about what they're doing on radio. But you like the live radio thing where you actually do a show and do a plug for the band.
Start on the air.
Oh my God. So that was one thing. So I've got a couple of other things up here that I was going to put up here. So this is a couple of things that I wanted to see if you recognize any of these names, or if anyone watching recognizes any of these names. So this is Today's Indie Rock by Apple Music, right? Apple Indie Music. Okay, so first song up there is called Wet Dream. The artist is is Wet Leg. It's off the album Wet Dream single. Spitting Off the Edge of the World from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. You ever heard of that?
They're nothing independent about any of these bands.
Run. No,
all fronted by a major label.
Yeah, but they're calling them indie, right? Today's Apple Music indie. I know. It just it blows me away that these major, and this is the part why, if you're an independent artist, why Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, all those are not really doing you huge favors. They're happy to take your money from wherever you're paying to get your music uploaded to their servers, into their services, but they really aren't really interested in. And if you look at all this stuff, the list goes on and on and on. And I don't recognize, like I watch for a lot of indie music that's posted, and when I look on there, I don't see stuff. Because look here at the artists, Arcade Fire. Are they indie? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just
no.
I thought I needed to post it because I thought it needed to be said. That's all.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
What are your thoughts? Here's another thing that I detest about these whole things here. You can see it really. You can't really see it. It's kind of hidden by the screen here, but it says get 75 million songs free for 1 month, plus your entire music library on all your devices. 1 month free. Then it's only $9.99 per month. Try it free. There you go. Okay. I don't know. This stuff doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, and when I look at it, it just makes me want to shake my head. You can search Creatures of Condition song on a request form. How do you do that? You put that on there.
And running up against, you can request music on the station at any time, and we have a request up there below the web player. You type into the library and it'll bring up whoever you're looking for. And that works, and I've been trying like hell the last couple of weeks to request form because it's real from the app, which most people.
We got a request from Greg Will. He says, "Can I call in? Can I call in? Do you mean call into the station, or do you want to call in and get on our live chat here, on our live stream? What's your question, Greg? Can you call in? If anyone is welcome to join our live streams, you have to have this thing called Restream.io. It's an app you can load on your phone, which allows you to actually join our live stream. And then I can send you a guest invite. So anytime anybody wants to join our live stream and like jump on here, if you want to say your 2 cents and you want to, you're like 30 seconds of fame or whatever, you can actually join us on here if you want.
30 seconds of fame. Yeah, the show maker.
That's right. It will make you or break you. It definitely breaks you. It's like, I feel like I got the breaky back after every time we do this thing.
Yeah.
But I still like doing it because I think somebody has to be out there pounding the drum for indie music, because I certainly, again, when I come across these things by Apple Music and all these other places, it really makes me think, is anybody out there really interested in in real independent music? And how many people misunderstand?
up so bad that nobody knows what it is. Music started out as people who didn't have the support of a major label, and they, an independent label paid for everything, smaller budget, of course, and that was independent music, and it was cool, big, and then that everybody's independent. So I don't even think that word has a meaning.
No, I think I think everything about the mainstream cheapens it all down.
Mainstream.
Like I think the mainstream is largely responsible for, screwing things up, right? I think that mainstream gets it wrong all the time, and the mainstream is responsible for saying, "Oh, this is indie," and it's not. You look at the indie Spotify playlist, you look at the indie iTunes and Apple playlists, and they're not all independent artists. In fact, a lot of them are either offshoot labels or smaller labels that have been gobbled up by the mainstream three, Universal Group being one of them. And they just gobble up these small labels, and they act like, Sony Entertainment Group, another one that buys up all these little labels, and then they make all these promises. Oh, we're going to make you rich and famous. We're going to get your music out there. And really, the proof is in the pudding. If you don't have a really good product at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what they do for you. And I think I told you that story, and I love telling that story time and time again about Tara Naomi, because Universal Group actually ruined her musical career. They bought her out. She was one of the most promising YouTubers ever, and then Universal Group got her to take her YouTube channel down, everything, produce an album, and then at the end of the day, they made her produce the album they wanted her to produce, not the album that she wanted to produce, the stuff that her fans were already listening to, right? And then they didn't like what she produced at the end of the day, so they shelved it. And she couldn't even,
you know what?
And she couldn't even launch her own music.
Typical of a label. And they must have seen in the rise of independent artists absorbing the. I think there is value. It's extremely, but if you're savvy and market wise, on top of being a good, I think you'll independent industry, as it were, like being on YouTube.
Yeah, I think here I'm just gonna pop it over here so people can see it. This is a girl who, she had.
You should see
she was one of the first YouTubers to have over 1 million followers. This is back before YouTube became really big, and so Tara has got a big presence on YouTube. She's on Instagram. She has 64,000 followers right now on Facebook alone. She does live streams all the time, live shows. She's constantly putting music out there. And I want to actually get her. I'm hoping I can get her on the show to tell her story. She had a story out there, and when I was looking at contractual arrangements and stuff like that between traditional record labels and artists, she came up, and there was this like caption on there. It said, "How a major record label nearly ruined my musical career." And I'm like, oh, I got to read this article.
She backed out of that, and
I don't know if she's big on YouTube anymore. I'm just going to quickly, while I'm talking to you on here, I'm just going to quickly go on YouTube, see if I can find what she's doing there. Let's see. Yeah, she's got 41,000 subscribers and 210 videos up there. You got to listen to her. She's got a great voice, but she had well over 1 million when Universal signed her. Right? This is proof in the pudding that a major record label can't always do anything for someone who's really talented. She probably would have been better off to remain independent and go on her own like she was going before.
Yeah,
she got a terrific voice. I'll see if she got something new she can send me that we can play on the show, and I'd love to have her on and interview her so she can tell her story, because she's got a really terrific story and a really great attitude about everything, and really, even though all that shit went on, she actually walked away from it, and it, doesn't even look back at it now as a loss. She actually looks at it as something, as one of her scars that she carries proudly, right? But that's her story, and like I said, it's on the internet. Donnie's got what? That one there?
And that is why show and explain contractual arrangements with record. He was directly involved as an attorney in that kind of stuff, and I think we should get him on this show. If we do, really encourage everybody to, like I said, he is a very valuable resource of information.
We should get him on the show. Well, I'm going to leave that up to you to get a hold of Ike and get something set up with him. And maybe we can put together sort of a promo video to try and get it out there to as many people as we can. See if we can get lots of watchership on there to get Ike on the show so he can share with us some stuff. But Don's right about these developmental deals, right? Most of the times you never get out. They're just taking you out of the market. So their goal isn't really to give you anything. Oh, I'm getting another thing here saying the audio is intermittent again. I'm not sure why that's happening.
What do you mean?
Yeah, your network connection is only showing 9 out of 10. I'm not sure why, but it's, when it goes down into the orange, that's when I start to worry about it. So people might have some, might not be able to hear everything. But I think that's a really good point that Don makes, that big labels give you a deal to take you out of the market. And then there's some artists, like one that I'm working with, that I honestly believe that from the get-go, they were not marketed appropriately. And they were marketed as a metal band, and some of their stuff may border on metal, but there's a lot of stuff that they did. They said you're cutting in and out, so I don't know what's going on there with you, Bob. But we'll see. I don't know. It could be just bad internet connection tonight. You are all the way over in Wisconsin, after all. You're a Great Lake. You're at least one Great Lake away from me, and on the other side of another Great Lake. So, maybe that's why the internet's a little goofy over that way tonight. Yeah, so I think that it'd be great to have Ike on the show so we can talk about some of these deals and why some are good and some are bad. One of the reasons why I don't get artists to sign a contract with me is for that very reason. I'm not out to take them out of the market. I'm not out to own their music. All I want to do is exploit it, get it out everywhere. And then have Facebook tell me that, I don't have the right to exploit it. Yeah, baby.
I just changed a couple of settings on so let me know. Well, you don't really need to hear what I have to say because it's bullshit, but I do like to have very good audio quality. Because I just
show them on the whiteboard.
Just made a couple of changes. Huh?
Do you know how to sign? You know how to sign, don't you?
Yeah.
There you go. So I don't know if we are getting the predictive text that's popping up there on the screen. So hopefully that is helping people to sort of see what's going on here. So we're winding up to the top of the hour here. You guys run, how many shows a week are you guys running now on Code Zero Radio?
Let's see. I think we've got 5 shows now.
And Monday for sure. That's your new music show, right? Is Monday?
Mondays, and I'm on the air. Tuesday nights, Bear and Ike. Wednesday tonight is, if you like old school punk, Joel Ziegler tears it up from 7 to whenever he feels like finishing. Then I'm back. And one of our best programs, Core, is Saturday mornings. Very, very does such a great job of he does such a great job and local artists. It's a very good show. Fox City's on YouTube, and all of the past episodes there as well.
Are you ever looking for DJs to do any shows for you?
There's our schedule there.
What's that? Oh, there's your schedule, man. Now, can people find that schedule online?
No. There's a schedule. There's actually like schedules all over the website. There's the official schedule. Schedules you'll find all over the web. So, yeah.
And you guys have a chat room there for when you guys are live too, right?
Chat room. We have a chat. If you look in the corner of the screen, there's a link. And if you click that, we get that message right away while we're on the show.
Oh, very cool. Very, very cool.
Titty farts. Titty farts.
What do you got? What do you got for parting comments? You got any parting comments for the crowd here tonight?
Not really. Just the usual local band this weekend. Just do it. Talking to you, Ken.
The last week.
I'm talking to you, Ken. I'm talking to you, Ken band.
Last week you were doing some. You went to some live shows last week.
Guess what? Mile of Music is less than a month away.
Oh yeah, Mile of Music, yeah, in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Oh, as a matter of fact, while we're talking about that, 4th through the 8th, I think it is. I just got these in today. I don't know if you can see those or not.
What are those?
Those are lavalier wireless.
Okay.
And I got one of these. Well.
Oh, wow.
I got one of these. That's extended. But what I'll be doing a Paper Fest and shoot next week. I'll be live streaming on Facebook with this setup. So,
oh, very cool.
Doing that. Yeah.
When are you doing that? What day are you doing that?
Probably next Saturday is the big band day. Doozy's play. More Than Mary. Oh, More Than Mary. You got to hear live. I just farted too.
That's funny. So the Mile of Music, that's the first week in August, correct?
I think it starts on a Wednesday. Unofficially, Thursday begins all the live stuff. Sunday is a huge festival. Absolutely secret. I think we'll have about 70,000 again this year. So it's a really two independent original artists. Mofo.
I'm just looking here. Mile 7 lineup. That's not it, is it?
It should be the mile 9.
Yeah, there's all kinds of. They haven't. Did they build an outdoor stadium there too for that, or an outdoor amphitheater?
Well, they put one up in Washington. Then there's Jones Park on the lower part of downtown, which is owned by the huge stage there. It'll seat about 5,000 people, I do believe. Motherfucker.
Yeah. Mile of music. I'm trying to find the 2022. There it is, right there. That's on the Facebook page. Do they have anything on? Did they have an actual website?
I believe they do.
Mile of Music 22. Well, I'm trying to find it, but I'm just finding. I'm finding stuff, but not necessarily the website. I was looking for the website here. They got the Mile of Music Festival loaded here on Facebook.
There's mileofmusic.com.
The
official website.
There you go. So check that out, because man, that is a massive event. I'd love to go and attend it, and I don't know if I'm going to make it this year, because when's the start again? What's the start day?
August 4th.
Yeah, I'm leaving on a trip on August the 8th.
Cancel
it. I'm. This has been a trip that's been in the works for a while now, and there's like 5 other guys going on this thing. So we're traveling northward.
Something will come up the year after that.
No, not if I. I want to do Mile of Music next year for my ride, and my plan is to ride on my motorcycle over to Appleton for the show next year, and if I can sleep on your couch, I'll probably do that.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, how about the garage? Can I sleep in the garage?
I'll reserve you a spot in the driveway.
There you go. All right. I'll just bring a tarp. I'll just bring a tarp, fasten it to the bike, and sleep under my bike.
I'll be posting on Mile of Music. I overdo it as a Mile of Music, but I don't care, because
part of the reason I'm not going to do I don't want to go is because we got to still use this stupid ArriveCAN app that our government's got in place over here, and I don't like it.
What is it?
It's an app. It's an app you got to load on your phone, and it's the whole COVID deal thing. And they won't let you come back. Yeah, they won't let you come back into the country unless you use the app and all this stupid bullshit. It's just for the government to track your whereabouts and where you've been and what you're doing. Big Brother wanting to know everything about your whereabouts. So as long as they're going to be using that app to track my whereabouts, they can go screw themselves.
Right. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
When these two a-holes that run our countries eventually open up the borders, so we actually have open borders between. I mean, here's the whole thing. These idiots down the States want to have open borders with Mexico, but they don't want to have open borders with one of their biggest allies, Canada. Duh. I mean, sorry, but I have a real problem with that. And our own Canadian government the same way. We should have an open border with the U.S., man. It's just like, why wouldn't we? Right?
It used to be, didn't it? It used to be open.
Yeah, but
here, sorry.
I think your government, my government is more of a dictatorship these days than it is a democracy. But I don't want to get into the political nuts and bolts of that tonight.
It's
I don't
crazy.
really want to get too much.
It's absolutely nuts.
But if things were open, I could probably still go to Mile of Music and be back in plenty of time for my trip. So, it's whether or not they open the borders or not in the next month. We'll see what happens. They're trying to make everybody afraid again and saying that COVID's on the rise here in Canada again. So we'll see what happens.
It's a new strain now. Raise the fear, they create another strain or name it another thing.
Well, and here's the other thing is our government's got a whole new, like they've really got a stranglehold and everything. And we have a ton of different mandates going on over here where a lot of your states have lifted a lot of the mandates and said, basically, fuck you, Washington, and doing their own thing now. Right. Yeah. Anywho, you got any parting comments, buddy?
Yeah, I got this one.
Okay. What do you got?
I don't know if you heard that or not.
No, I didn't hear it.
Anyway, I'm done. I'm done, man.
You're all done? All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna say goodnight to everybody, and we're gonna go outro here tonight. We're gonna play that tune by Irmer Incorporated again. I treat everybody to that song, "The Bitch," by our buddies Brad Marchand and Steve Neville from down under in Australia.
Next week, I get it right.
You pick a song next week, but you got to turn it into a video, or at least send me the MP3 and a photograph of the band, and I'll turn it into a video. But if people want to send videos to us, what's that?
Do it.
Yeah. If people want to send us videos to Ken and Bob Show at gmail.com, you can do that. If I'll put that down in the link below here for people so that they can send us their videos. We want them in MP4 format, and we'll play your video on the show. It can't be a published video because if it's published on Facebook, they're likely going to mute the content, and then it kind of fucks up the whole show content thing. But anyway, send it.
It can't be you banging your girlfriend on the hood of the car. We can't show that.
Yeah, we don't want we don't want any videos with the money shots. We can't do those on here. Although I'm sure if we did a money shot video on here, Facebook probably would. I know. Facebook would probably let it go through.
Safe for work stamp on here.
Yeah, I think we should do that. I think we should post one of those in there. I actually have an uncut video from our friends Helix that they did years ago, before Tracy Lords became a major porn star, and she's featured in the video.
Really?
Yep, and it's uncut. The whole thing is uncut. It actually did get played, but they did a G-rated version of it for Much Music when it aired on Much Music, because they were going to show all the girls topless in that. That was pretty risque back in the day when that was done. So anyways, Bob Minter from Code Zero Radio, Pops Tart. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. And I'm Kenny from Indie Tunes, and you are not. And this is Irmer Incorporated. And good night, Bob. Thanks again for all your help doing the show. Pick out the song for next week and send it to me. Catch you later, buddy.
I will. See ya. Peace out.